USA Warrior Stories is a not-for-profit organization designed to record, archive, and share videos of veteran stories, to help veterans make a connection with one another and to help us all better understand their sacrifices for our freedoms.
So I'd like to welcome everyone here from the Vero Beach City Council. I think we have all our council members here. Councilmember Zudans is here somewhere. Councilmember Carroll is here somewhere. Councilmember Dingle. There he is. And Vice Mayor Moore is all here. Thank you so much. We have county commissioners here. We have Commissioner Fleischer, Commissioner Moss somewhere. Commissioner Lohr, I think he's out here. Did I miss anybody? Okay, from the Commissioner's office. We have representatives from Senator Crowell's office and also Representative Brackett's office. We all appreciate you attending. We have someone from Congressman Posey's office. There's Rob. Rob is here somewhere. And I think the attendance of those distinguished guests shows, you know, the scope of the impact that the island has. And as we all know, Memorial Island is, you know, small yet very significant piece of land, holds a special place in the hearts of our community. It serves as a poignant reminder of the sacrifice, courage, and the enduring spirit of those who have dedicated their lives to the service of our nation. Over the years, the island has evolved to be a symbolic sanctuary that pays both homage to the different branches of service, as well as serving as a source of inspiration for future generations. Vero Beach takes seriously and is honored to be the custodian and responsible for the island's ongoing maintenance and preservation. Now that the replacement of the bridge, the gateway to this sanctuary, is complete, we are here today to cut the ribbon and once again make the island readily accessible to our community. Before we do so, I'd like to get a couple of thanks to the people who actually delivered this. Matt Metz and his team, Danessa, who managed the project, and Shoreline Construction, wherever you may be, if you showed up today. So this is a government project that was delivered on time, as promised. And with that, our program today, a number of people wanted to get involved with this, and we all thought it was a good idea because there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears over time, dedicated and invested in this island. So I will kind of act kind of a semi-MC here. And our first guest speaker is none other than Colonel Anthony Tony Young. Where are you, Colonel?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to begin with the fact that today is a momentous occasion. It's one of incredible joy, and if anything I can do, it's conveying the celebration and the jubilation for the fact that we are now able to get back onto the Sanctuary Island. The grand opening sustains the spirit of the sanctuary. And the spirit of the sanctuary simply is living beyond self. Veterans Memorial Island Sanctuary was a vision of Alex McWilliam. He answered the nation's call to defend our freedoms and was forever changed in the process. His goal is articulated in the sanctuary's dedicatory monument, and as we go across the bridge after the talk and the ribbon cutting, we'll have the opportunity to raise the flag behind us. But as you go towards the flag, on the right-hand side is the dedicatory monument. I think it was like 3 tons. And it said, "Lest we forget the supreme sacrifice of those that have given their lives." That's what this bridge enables, that idea of selfless service. And in order to kind of give you a sense of the imperative of that, is I want to share with you, I mean, many of you know Alex McWilliam's story, but a number of you may not realize how significant it was. Lieutenant Alexander McWilliam of Cleveland, Ohio, was 27 years old when he served with Bravo Company, 313th Machine Gun Battalion in the 80th Division. He was inducted into the Army on September 18th, 1917. So as you're there at the flag, look off to the right. The nickname of the soldier bronze there is named Alex in his honor. On the 24th of May, 1918, at that time, Sergeant McWilliam shipped out of Newport News, Virginia, on the Army transport SS Mercury for France. In October of 1918, he was severely wounded, but he remained in action. The next day, while under intense artillery fire, he went forward and rescued a wounded comrade. And for his extraordinary heroism, he was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross. The Distinguished Service Cross is only second to the Congressional Medal of Honor. He was promoted to first sergeant, and then he was commissioned to lieutenant. He fought in 3 major battles: the Somme Offensive, the Battle of Saint-Mihiel, and the Meuse-Argonne Offensive. That's important because when he returned to the United States and came to Vera, in his mind, as in the mind of many veterans, were those that didn't make it back. And in those battles, literally, there were tens of thousands of casualties. So in his mind, those men were on his mind. He was discharged to Camp Sherman, Ohio, July 2nd, 1919. And then he returned to Vero, and he died in 1966, the age of 75. 1966 is important because if you think when the island was dedicated, it was a 64. So a short 3 years after the island was dedicated, which was a major priority for him, he gave up his life. As a resident of Rio Mar, he served the community in a myriad of capacities. Alex was first elected mayor in 27. He would be mayor 3 times, totaling 20 years of service. And he would serve as a Florida state legislator for 8 years. He led the vision for creation of the sanctuary. His nickname, Mayor Mac, always was an advocate for those who served. He was the champion that fought to establish Florida's first mosquito control district, the second in the nation. So if it wasn't for Mayor Mac, we would have issues with mosquitoes today. Another one of his accomplishments. He forged the Rio Mar neighborhood. He fought and achieved the veteran service officer to be staffed in each Florida county. He truly was a pioneer and a visionary. The list I could continue with many more, but just remember, when you look at the dedicatory monument, that was the 313th Machine Gun Battalion Sergeant who served ceaselessly in uniform and also civilian attire. The bridge is a tangible commitment to those ideals. It is the gateway to Indian River County's hallowed grounds. In its 7 acres are 90 cenotaphs or memorials to the veterans who made the supreme sacrifice. They came from World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the Desert Wars. And in fact, on the island is the newest cenotaph for Mosley. He was lost a year ago in Texas while on active duty. The bridge is the fruit of years of commitment by the city of Vero Beach. Many people were instrumental in making today's grand opening possible. And I'll screw this up, but I'm going to tell you some that it included. Monty Falls, of course. Cindy, she was the finance director, and nothing gets done without finance, and Cindy was incredibly significant in making that come together. The city councils, Matt, here's Matt. Danessa, his engineer, and the sanctuary committees. It is literally an investment in our future. Today, in fact, enables the work to begin for the World War II tribute. That will be the permanent stage in the tribute for the World War II veterans. The Sanctuary Park is the third leg of the Art Triangle. And the Art Triangle is comprised of Riverside Theater, the Vero Beach Museum of Art, and the island here. Many of you may not know that the sanctuary hosts numerous activities to include the Parkinson's Alzheimer's Walk, the Victims' Rights Vigil, the Gold Star Mothers Suicide Awareness Walkathon Park, private family memorials, patriotic vigils, the Grand Memorial Day and Veterans Day ceremonies, plus it's the launch pad for the 4th of July fireworks. The bridge is for all who come after us. It is a precedence. Our values and our sacrifices matter and must be remembered. When I was in high school, my Air Force Junior ROTC Colonel, Carl Hennessy, shared with me this poem, and I thought it was appropriate. It's called The Bridge Builder. An old man going on Lone Highway came at the evening cold and gray to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him, but he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," said a fellow pilgrim there, "you're wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening time?" The builder lifted his old gray head. "Good friend, in the path I have come," he said, "there followeth after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been not to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross a twilight dim. Good friend, I'm building this bridge for him. This bridge is a continuance of the values of the pioneers of Vero Beach and Indian River County. They respected the sacrifice of the veterans. They realized that its significance would be something that would be carried on. This bridge is the third bridge, the 62 bridge, the 88 bridge, and the 2023 bridge. So we're here to celebrate a legacy and a conduit to an island that is part of the fabric of our community. And I want to say to everybody that made it possible, that was here, who's sacrificed in one way or the other, thank you. It's glorious. Thanks.
Thank you. So, they're the custodians of this island, the Memorial Island Committee. They do a job of maintaining the island, people want access to the island, and they've done a yeoman's job of keeping this island in the pristine way that it is. I would like to now bring to the podium John Michael Matthews, who's the chairman of the Veterans Memorial Island Sanctuary Committee. Say a few words. John?
Yes, I just have a few words to say, but it's great having the bridge completed and soon going on the island. We've done a lot in the past few years. The World War I tribute, the Doughboy, or Alex as we nicknamed him. The Doughboy is looking down through the cenotaphs, the soul of the island, the cenotaphs, the 90 cenotaphs that are there, to the ceremonial circle where soon we'll be begin construction of the stage and the tribute to World War II. Recently, we dedicated a monument to those merchant mariners of World War II that suffered great losses. Probably many of the people that will be happy we can get on the island are those that just like to come here for a walk or sit and enjoy the view. But we know that Memorial Island is here to honor those that died in the service of our country. We owe them deep gratitude. They won't be forgotten. And as we all know, Veterans Memorial Island Sanctuary is a special place. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So right now, Danessa, come on up. So we're going to cut the ribbon, right? You're going to say a few words? Great. That's even better.
I mean, unless you want to skip me and cut the ribbon, that's fine too. Good morning, everyone. My name is Danessa Chambers. I'm the Assistant City Engineer in Public Works, and I want to thank everybody for coming out today. A little history about this project. The previous bridge was built in the late 1980s, as Tony mentioned. During routine inspections, it was identified that that bridge was in need of replacement. There was substantial corrosion and loss of concrete on the underside of the bridge. I know it looks beautiful on top still, but none of you got to see the underneath. And so we went into design for a new bridge replacement, but we had to do some emergency repairs to this bridge to even keep it operational to allow people access to the island. So once the design was complete for this bridge, we got pricing from several contractors, and we ultimately selected Shoreline Foundations Incorporated, who did a fantastic job. They were the low bidder at $1.5 million. We started the project in August of 2023, and it's been about 5 months to get us where we are today, which is substantially complete, not fully complete. As you can see, we're missing a lot of sod. We still have a lot of work to do, minor utility work and then getting the sod in, but we didn't want to keep it closed with some outstanding items because the community expressed how eager they are to get over to the island to experience the beauty of the island. So that became priority number one. So we appreciate you being patient with us while we get a couple more things closed out. I won't bore you with all of the engineering technical details because nobody's interested in that. But yesterday, staff was out looking at the project and we got flagged down by a citizen. And he was like, you know, my wife and I just have to know, how did you keep the island looking so beautiful when there was no access to the island? And so we told him how we actually staged a mower over there. It was in a tent. It lived there for the duration of the project. Our ground staff came up with a great idea because there wasn't going to be any electric available with putting the irrigation timers on a solar battery powered system, which we're actually still using because it worked so fantastically. We haven't hardwired it back in. The contractor drilled the irrigation line before they closed the bridge and did the demolition, so there would be no disruption in water supply. And the contractor also assisted the ground staff getting over once a week so that they could still perform their weekly maintenance. So that's just one of many examples of problem solving and how a team comes together to facilitate the success of this type of project. I'm very thankful to everybody who worked on this project and got us to where we are today. I've received a lot of shout outs, which I'm grateful for, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that Public Works is a team and we do our heavy lifting as a team. And if it wasn't for grounds and survey and engineering and facilities and streets where I can call in a favor on a whim when we need something out here, we wouldn't be here today. So big thanks to all of the Public Works staff. So that is all I had. We're really excited. The Memorial Island is very important in the community, not only for its recreational use, but obviously the most important use, which is to honor our veterans. So I'll turn it back over to the mayor so we can get this ribbon cut.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. We're gonna, I guess, proceed with the ribbon cutting right now. And before we go ahead, as the mayor, I'd like to personally thank all the citizens of the city of Vero Beach, because it was our investment that got this bridge rebuilt. And for that, I think the city council in general would like to thank the citizens for support, you know, for backing this up and making this decision to get this bridge rebuilt at the time and the speed that it was done. So let's start the ribbon cutting. Really? Okay. Okay. So, everybody, the speakers, Colonel, John, City Council, Matt, Vanessa, come on up. Line up on this thing. There we go. Yeah. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go. Yay!
Wilford, how are you?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, sir.
No. This guy. Please raise the flag.
Buglers, sound to the colors. If you would come to a position of attention. Is that on?
Please join me. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I don't know how many times we've seen in our lifetimes have seen the flag raised this way, but it still is an emotional time to watch it and listen to the national anthem. And with that, it's adjourned. Have a great afternoon. Savor the island if you'd like to take a walk around. And God bless America.
Thank you.